Cue the ghetto bird.
Did you miss me?
Hashtag we found him.
You know what that was on? Did you miss me? You know what that was on? Who know where Did You Miss Me was on? Who know where that was at? Man, y'all niggas over here locking doors.
Hashtag warrior.
This is what be him. We found this out. That's not much of man. Shalom. You got your knees out again, bro? Anyway. So come on, man. Where did that come from? Did you miss me? I'll put it out. Where'd that come from? Are you serious? Did you miss me?
It sounds familiar.
Martin, man. Tommy Davidson. Damn. When he was doing the Donnell Love show. Donnell Hill, yeah. What's up? Yeah. So what's up? What's up with y'all? You know what I'm saying? I'm just, listen, man. You know, in reality, you know, this spirit was on me. You know, first and foremost, I want to say, Call Halal Yahweh, Shimon Mashiach Yahushua, right? Let's start there. For the past few weeks, I've been going through this little personal thing where it's like, you know, I've been avoiding teaching, right? And, you know, I have a lot of stuff I be dealing with and going on in my mind and everything like that. And, you know, brother ain't seen his son since March and all kind of stuff like that. So, you know, I just be going through a lot of different things mentally and I'm thankful that the Most High still ain't discard me. You know what I mean? But I wasn't going to force myself to teach. I wasn't going to force myself to teach a class. You know, I believe that when it's time to do it, I'll do it. So I'm fortunate that the Most High bestowed upon me officers and soldiers that can continue to keep the ball rolling, right? For the sake of the body, you know, and building with you all. You know, so I was chilling. I think I was sitting there today, and I was just like, I was watching something. And my thing is, my lessons are practical. My lessons are very practical. I try not to go into too much of some deep breakdown type thing. You know what I'm saying? It's more so, It's more so just dealing with life and dealing with trying to do better and stuff like that. That's always been my MO. So I sit with my brothers and we talk every day for hours upon hours. Every single day I talk to Long Beach every single day. And it was a time where I would get on the call with brothers and we'd be on the call for hours upon hours every single day. And what that did was it built the brotherhood to a point where it's like it's an unbreakable bond. And then when the soldiers became officers, they continue that bond. And then what happens is, you know, we didn't change the wheel. We didn't try and reinvent the wheel. We just stuck to what makes sense. And the point I'm making is, when we have a disagreement or we might not agree on something, it doesn't change how we interact with each other, how we feel about each other, right? This brother has said some stuff to me.
Stone him.
You know what I'm saying? I don't remember ever saying nothing to him. That's the thing. Everybody know me. I'm a nice guy. You know what I'm saying? you know. But I'll be the bigger man. You know what I'm saying? He don't know how to be that yet. So, you know, it is what it is.
Working on myself.
Yeah, he's working on himself. So, the reason I bring this up is because I speak about how the bond is so strong that he can say something to me, I can say something back to him, but guess what? We're still there. We're still here. We're not going to say some stuff and then all of a sudden it's, man, I ain't chilling with him no more. I ain't hanging with him no more. I ain't talking to him no more. We, huh? Listen, we left a world where it's easy to quit. Everything is easy to give up on. That's the world we left. We're here now to do different. You claim to be walking in this truth, but then have you really been reborn, right? Because we were sinners at one point in time, that we come into the truth. Now we're supposed to be new creatures in Christ, in Hamashiach. So I say that to say, sisters, what's going on? What's going on? Where's the forgiveness? Where is the sisterhood? Where is the I confide in you and you don't use it against me? Where is the we argue today but we good tomorrow anyways? See, we know for some people it's difficult for you women to even do that for your husband. So you're damn sure not going to do it for the sister that you claim that you love. Because you're supposed to claim that you love your husband too. You're supposed to claim that you love the Most High. You're supposed to claim that you love Christ. So I just want y'all, bring all your sisters in here, bring all the young ladies in here. Let's have the conversation. Let's talk about it. Where is the sisterhood? Can y'all hear me? If y'all can hear me, put a one in the chat. This is weird. It's weird. I'm back here. It feels weird.
Fresh link.
Do you think a sister gonna jump on it? Shoot him a holler. Shoot him a holler. Shoot him a holler. All praises, Princess Anna. All praises. Karaz. All praises. Y'all can hear. Who would like to join us on this class and talk a little bit? Only women. And if you don't want to join us and have the conversation, that's fine as well. We're going to continue, with the lesson anyways. But I figured I started the conversation with my brother Kwadak, my officer Kwadak, his rib, with his permission. You know what I'm saying? Started the conversation and and you have any answers? No, right? You have any solutions? She had answers but no solutions. And my officer asked me, do I think they would have solutions? Did we lose some people already? And I said, that's fucked up. Right? It's crazy that we don't know if we have solutions for what sisters are going through. All right? But in the meantime, in between time, let's get it popping. Let's go Matthew 12, 46 through 50. Don't be shy. But just like Kevin Gates. Just like Kevin Samuels. But just like Kevin Samuels, please make sure you're presentable. You know what I'm saying? Don't come on this live busted. You just can't do that. Present yourself properly. That's a stone of a soldier. Sisters should have stones too. Well, not those stones, but you know what I mean. All right. Matthew 12:46 through 50. Yeah, I guess you can just wait for me. Go ahead.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 12, and verse 46. While he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without.
Now watch. We're talking about Hamashiach, right? Hamashiach is in this situation where he is being put to death, and continue reading.
Desiring to speak with him.
Right? His mother and brethren were desiring to speak with him. Go ahead.
Then one said unto him, behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee.
Go ahead.
Verse 48. But he answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother?
See, he said, who is my mother? Who is my mother? Who would you consider my mother? That's what he's saying. Like, what do you mean? You know what I'm saying? Who is my mother? Go ahead.
And who are my brethren?
And who are my brothers that you speak of? Go ahead.
And he stretched forth his hand toward his disciples and said, behold, my mother and my brethren.
And he said, behold, this is my mother and these are my brethren. Right? And we say the same thing, right? Like we be out there and like Amatazah, Officer Amatazah in Miami and Florida, his mother, she's my mother. You know what I'm saying? Yo Rib, she my sister. You know what I'm saying? You're my brother. Or my son. It doesn't really matter. We're trying to figure this out.
Big on.
What we're saying is this, right?
What it do, whippersnapper?
You know what I'm saying? I got 2 kids out here. Go ahead and continue reading.
Your dad started us off.
Yeah.
Verse 50. Oh shit. Verse 50. For it's a lot.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard. Go ahead.
Verse 50. For whosoever come on, man.
He lit a candle, bro. A Roman candle.
Man. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 12, and verse 50. For whosoever shall do the will of my Father.
For whosoever, this is what Christ is saying. Whosoever shall do the will of my Father, read,
which is in heaven. The same is my brother.
The same as my brother.
And sister.
And my sister.
And mother.
And my mother. If you do the will of the Father, you are then my brother, my sister, my mother. Sisters, are y'all doing the will of the Father? That's the question. Shalom, Alton. That's the question. Are you doing the will of our Father? So no sisters wanted to join. No sisters wanted to spark up this conversation and give brothers edification in what they think. Just don't want to do that. Okay. Well, that says a lot, right? That, or maybe just sisters don't actually be tuned into this. But the point is, those who do the will of our Father, which is in heaven, those are considered my family, my siblings, my mother, my brother, my sisters. So if sisters are not doing the will of the Father, they cannot claim to be our family, no matter how much they want to say it. Sisters, you got to really soul search. Matthew 7:21.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 7, and verse 21. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Not everyone saying, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven. Go ahead.
But he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven.
But he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Right? We have to really soul search. Khan, Chaya, as you should. As you should. The thing is, you can't hide your candle under the bed. You have to let your light shine. So the stuff you're doing to continuously try and put yourself in that position of being a better sister, a better mother, a better wife in this walk, you have to then teach those sisters, those wives, those mothers, those, you know what I'm saying, those daughters, how to do it as well. You know, a lot of the single women, they don't necessarily want to learn from men at times because they're too worried about if that man is going to push up on them. Go ahead, read that.
God.
Mark 4:21. I think it is.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 4, and verse 21. And he said unto them, Is a candle brought to be put under a bushel, or under a bed?
Or under a bed. Go ahead.
And not to be set on a candlestick.
And not to be set on the candlestick.
For there is nothing hid which shall not be manifested. Neither was there anything kept secret, but that it should come abroad.
At the end of the day, you know, that's not the verse I wanted. But you have to let your light shine, right? You have to let your light shine. It's there for, like for instance, let's say you go through something. If you don't speak about it, you then don't know who you're not helping by not speaking about it. Because you could be helping somebody if you actually speak about what it is that you're going through. Hence the whole thing about having people that you can confide in and communicating and such. Right? That was the end of that?
God.
Let me get Sirach 6. We're going to start at verse 1. You can read it in the GNT, the Good News. You can start at verse 5.
God.
Remember, sisters come into this walk and, you know, they put on the fringes, they put on the head wrap, and they gossiping. They talking stuff behind the next sister back. They talking the sister secrets to somebody else. They not obeying their head. They not, you know, giving the other sisters sound advice in how to live. Why? Because they're not doing it. Like I said, man, this conversation is about the ladies towards the ladies. Are you all holding each other accountable? Are you looking out for each other? Are you loving each other? That's the reality. Right? Where we at?
Right, 6 from the top.
We're going to start at verse 5.
God. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 6 and verse 5 out of the GNT. If you are polite and courteous, you will enjoy the friendship of many people.
See, what would they say? The mad black woman. Then they come into the truth, and yet they're still bringing that energy.
Yeah.
And it's so weird, right? That's the question, right? Let's say, okay, you don't want me to take another wife. Can I take another wife if we never had sex? I mean, would you allow that? Would you be fine with that? Would you be happy with that? Sisters, put a 1 in the chat if you would be fine with me taking another wife but not having sex with her to please you, because that's what your problem is. Your problem is me having sex with another woman. It's not about building her up. It's not about taking care of her kids from her failed relationships or past. Because now we're new creatures in Christ, supposedly. So that's the question I got for you, sisters. Would you be more accepting of another woman being here if I wasn't sleeping with her? What don't make sense? You think you're so goddamn smart. I'm joking. It's a Benjamin thing. Walk on. It's like never.
How come Shahrazad got so many comments about women's issues?
Talk about it. He knows women, man. What doesn't make sense, Zamara? Go ahead and type it up. It could be about gaining assistance. Listen, Kaya. We know that, but that's not the question. Get back into that worldly aspect that you be thinking up from, and tell me, would that be what you would be willing to deal with, rather than, because that's what every woman is a problem with, giving up your finances because you need some type of power in your life. You're coming from having all the power. Now you don't got your money in your pocket no more, so you don't have that type of power. And now you don't have power over your vagina, because once we're together, your body belongs to me and I you, right? And then now that wouldn't be fair to the other sister. But that's not the point. The question is, how would you feel? Would you be fine with it? Would it make your life better if he didn't sleep with the other wife, rather than it being a thing about, well, I know they're gonna have sex. I know that like you know all the stuff us men have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. You think I care about running to the next house to go sleep with the next? You know what I'm saying? I don't think y'all understand how much hours in a day and how much time is spent sleep, plantation, classes, camp, traveling, and ain't nobody trying to have no baby mama in all kind of different states. Ain't nobody got time for that. So you say no, that wouldn't be fit. When do you? I know, but when is she going to switch what she's saying? Okay, so no, you wouldn't. That wouldn't change how you would feel. Okay. Yeah. No. Okay.
She said point blank, period.
I mean, no. The question is, would that be something would that make things better? Would me having another wife, would that be the exception to the rule if I was not to ever sleep with her?
Okay, I see what you're saying.
She being honest. She's saying no because if you spend time with her, it's still gonna be a problem.
Right. Regardless.
You should love your sister. Kaya, get on the call. Get on the video. Come on. Come talk to us. Come talk to us. You over here saying all these deep things. You always want to be deep. Come on. Come join us. Join with us. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, she sounds like she got something good to say.
Listen.
Edification.
Take off that bonnet and get on this call. You know what I'm saying? Add the link again.
Fresh lake for the
And
sister.
over here eating stale ass chips.
That's what he wants.
You should love your sister. Listen, we know that. We know you should love your sister. You know what I'm saying? We know this. Problem is, sisters ain't loving each other. Listen. I wish I had 3 wives that would come together to talk shit about me. Listen, she's not feeling well.
Oh, that's Tam Yum.
Oh, okay.
Con.
Salagi. Okay. Don't be discouraged. Nah, she ain't feeling well. It's all good. Listen.
Hey, I ain't saying nothing because I ain't gonna mess up that salmon for the next feast.
Talk about it. My whole thing will always be being able to have the conversation, right? That's what it's always about, having the conversation, communication, right? You know, I'm asking y'all questions that they need to be answered because this is what's plaguing our community. You know?
Honestly, please.
Go ahead.
Questions that need to be answered honestly.
Honestly.
Right.
Questions that need to be answered honestly. That part. It's so messed up, bro. It's so messed up. All right. Where we at? Back to Sirach 6. Yeah.
Left off on 6.
Yeah, sorry. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 6 and verse 6 out of the GNT. Exchange greetings with many, but take advice from only one person out of 1,000.
You know what women do? They hitting up 13 different people trying to get advice. And then what? You know what they do? They find the one that sounds more familiar with what they're willing to do. Oh, I'd leave him. You know what? Everybody else said love him, but that one sister said leave him, and you're just like, you know what? It makes sense though.
Right.
You know? He don't clip his toenail. I gotta go. Like there's nothing behind it. Niggas is not beating your ass. You know how much of a headache relationships are when you're in the truth, knowing you can't leave a woman because of anything other than adultery? That means I gotta take your mouth. I gotta deal with your words. I gotta deal with your feelings, how you want to talk your sugar honey iced tea and this and the other. And I just gotta deal with that. You know? That salmon though, that part. Go ahead, continue.
Okay. Verse 7. When you make friends, don't be too quick to trust them.
When you make friends, don't be too quick to trust them. That's where it all goes wrong initially. You meet sisters in the truth, and you think you're gaining a friend, but you haven't. You haven't proven them. Then when that relationship goes sour, now your relationship with every woman is sour because you're coming out of the world. You already don't trust the world no more. Now you're coming into the truth. You ain't been fully converted yet, but you're trying. And while you're trying, you got sisters that still ain't been converted either. And they in your face. They talking that goofy shit. they acting like they was always acting. Nothing really changed. And you're trying your best to walk this walk. Go ahead. You got to prove them. You got to prove them. That's why I say take counsel to one out of 1,000. Too many opinions are going to screw you over. Anybody got something they wanted to say? Just asking. Go ahead.
Verse 8. Some people will be your friends only when it's like it. Only when it is convenient for them. But they won't stand by you in trouble. We've been tried in this furnace, man. And not even on a grand scale, but with the little stuff that we have gone through, brothers getting locked up and this, that, and the other. And we've always been there. Can't nobody say we ain't been there. We know we gonna be there. See, Kenneth just lost my ribs staying in the truth. She left you, or did something else happen? She left you, Khan. So, listen, my baby mama left me and took my 2-year-old son, and I ain't seen him since March. So believe me, and she was in the truth before me. So believe me, in my mind, I'm thinking you come into the truth and you're gonna find people that are like-minded, and they're doing this because this is the blessing bestowed upon us. It wasn't a curse; it was a blessing. We live it like it's the curse. Oh, you Israel now you gotta change, you gotta do better. That's what people come into this acting like. Listen, us men, let me tell you about us men. We can talk shit all day. We can play the dozens. We can have problems with different camps and talk that stuff, but guess what? We get on the phone with them too. We politic. We deal. Right? Because as men, we don't let our emotions get the best of us. Now, don't get it twisted. Got you. Don't get it twisted. As men, we have emotions. The problem is when we express ourselves in these emotions, it's either going to turn out very ugly. You know what I'm saying? Or we're going to shut down. Men don't like to express themselves because we always have seen that as a female trait. A female expresses her feelings. Listen, man, these white people have me going to therapy. Oh, I talk nonstop nowadays. I'll tell you what I think and feel in a drop of a, you know what I'm saying? Listen, because the last thing I want you to think is that I don't feel. I feel something. You get on my goddamn nerve. You know what I'm saying? Keep that $2 drive alive. No, you could have just cashed at me, but whatever. Talk about giving the money back to the white man. This is crazy.
The Sarge is back.
We appreciate you. Appreciate you.
It's so hot. Buy an AC to it. It's crazy. Listen, if y'all want to see Long Beach prosper, let's get this nigga AC. You know what I'm saying? I promise I'll do class twice, maybe a week. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. My forehead is sweating. They got production lights. There's lights on me. You know what I'm saying? And they got the lamp, and he just took the shade off it so it's bright. You know what I'm saying? Just glaring on a nigga forehead. You know what I'm saying? Ugh. All right. Where we? I'm so mad at I just said gas went up to $6, and he gave YouTube $2.
Hey, about
1/3.
75 cents. About 75 cents.
1/3 of the gallon. Oh, you can't make this stuff up. Listen, but hey, he provides you with red Gatorade, so what am I gonna say? You know what I'm saying? Brotherhood, right?
That's crazy.
Where we at?
God, I appreciate it.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 22, and verse 21 to like 22. Though thou drawest a sword at thy friend, yet despair not, for there may be a returning to favor. So, I can break that down.
What? You want to know if I'm gonna allow you to break down the verse?
I'm just asking.
I don't understand why y'all, since we were back in Sirach, why didn't we just read it in the English?
But the TNT.
Yeah, like it's better understood. Like people, everybody else got to understand it. You was just gonna sit here and act like you was on a level where you was gonna break that down.
I was.
You didn't even know Old English, bro.
I can break it down. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
The GNT for
this
the
guy is hilarious.
for the people.
I hope this is the same breakdown you was gonna get.
Yeah. Right.
22 on what?
22 verse 21
Mm-hmm.
out of the GNT.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you have a violent argument with a friend and speak sharply, all is not lost.
Hold
You can still make up with him.
on. Go back to the other translation. He was gonna break it.
Yeah, bro.
He was gonna say, don't go. Though thou drawest the sword at thy friend,
You see, if you pull out the gun,
you know your words is like a two-edged sword. So if you speak harshly, you know what I'm saying? Go back. This guy is crazy. I did say, I'm on point. You were gonna say speak sharply?
Yes.
No, you weren't. It sounds good, but go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? But any friend will leave you if you got more than
Insult him.
if you insult him, if you are arrogant, if you reveal his secrets, or if you turn on him unexpectedly.
Listen, but a friend will leave you if you insult him, if you are arrogant. And that's why I tell y'all, I'm not trying to build a friendship over here. I'm building brotherhood. A brother loves you and forgives you through all of your flaws. Why? Because he grew up with you. He's always known you. You understand? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Princess Anna, you gonna join us? You gonna join us on the video? Can't pay y'all to join us, man. The shot, send that $2 around.
fresh link for prison.
Fresh link. Let's go back to Sirach 6.
Left off at 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, we finished.
verse 8.
Finished 8.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 6, and verse 9. Others will fall out with you over some argument and then embarrass you by letting everyone know about it.
Same thing we just did.
Sus.
Listen, ain't that what they doing? Ain't that how it be? Alright, it's all good. It's all good. Let's go. Keep it going.
Sister got some wisdom.
Yeah. Everybody run from this conversation. It's all good. I understand. Go ahead.
Others will sit at your table as long as things are going well. They will stick to you like your shadow and give orders to your servants, but they will not stand by you in trouble. If your situation takes a turn for the worse, they will turn against you, and you won't be able to find them anywhere.
That's how it is, man. sisters, why do you think sisters' relationships in this truth, you know, the only way most sisters survive in this walk is either not dealing with other sisters or continuing the folly. That's all it is. Those are the options. But go ahead. Shalom, shalom, Anna. All praise. Yeah, man. Let's get the sisters in here, man. Anna Yahweh, would you like to join us? Ask your husband, ask your head. Always remember, get permission from your head to join us on the live. And if you want to, I would love to have a conversation. Just ask a question or two to the sisters. You know. Why can't that? Let's keep reading. But the question is, why can't sisters get along? Why can't sisters come together like the brothers have or are doing? What's stopping y'all? I didn't read the curses where it said, and a sister should have an evil eye towards her sister. No, it said a sister should have an evil eye towards her husband and towards the children of her bosom. I didn't see sister on sister problems. Did y'all see that in that verse? So what's going on? Like, I didn't see jealousy in them curses. I know numbers, I think it was 6, talks about you making me jealous is going to be a problem. I know the scriptures talk about the Most High being jealous. Ain't nothing wrong with jealousy. But what's up with you sisters, man? How we gonna get through this with y'all? How can we marry y'all and know that you're not going to destroy what the Most High is trying to build up? Nah, Shahizad. Get in class. Why you gonna do that? Nah, it's not. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm jealous, wouldn't slavery mentality and no
love.
That's not what she said. What did you say?
I guess just togetherness. We. No, we. You know.
Is that what the verse? Is that what the word is?
Anything.
Thumb. Listen, I'm 38 years old, bro. I know what thumb means. What does thumb mean?
It's the plural possessive adjective.
Of what?
Like ahabatam.
Ah. Oh my gosh, bro. That's what y'all talking about? Y'all speaking Hebrew?
She just put the adjective.
Listen, I'm just listening. We're too emotional. Ah. Yeah, y'all emotional? Damn. Oh. No. Yeah. No thumb, right? No y'all, no us. That's what it is, right? In a sense.
Ask the sister to break it down.
I mean, Anna Yahweh, if you would like to break it down, that would be a beautiful thing. Princess Anna, if you would like to, break it down, that would be a beautiful thing. But at the end of the day, the reality is no integrity.
It makes sense.
Of course. But once again, how do we reconcile that with being new creatures in Christ? See how that worked? See, all that sound good, but we talking about women in the truth. I holler at your boy. Shalom, Big Lobo.
Ain't seen that man in a minute.
Yeah. Last time anybody saw you, it was at the car. Saw him at the.
Glad to see you alive, King.
The fear of Yahweh. I mean, that's a solution. That ain't what y'all been. That ain't what they've been doing though. No bueno. All praises that the Most High allowed you to get out. Hopefully, something happens with that. Romans 12:10 in the NIV. Be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourselves. See, but you got to understand. Listen, I don't care about relations between the man and the woman. That's not what the conversation is about. The conversation is about relations between sisters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Sister Anna she used a real good word because integrity, actually, integral means woven together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
she's smart.
right? How I made that symbol with my hands together.
Yeah.
That's a good adjective. That's a good word.
Of course, Rob. Of course. They do talk too much about someone else's problems or hardships instead of praying for them and helping them through it. Of course. Which goes with the whole trying to communicate with each other, but they're just not doing that. Let's get back to Sirach 6. We're not even there. We're not even there yet, y'all. We're still in the beginning of this lesson. I'm back. Go ahead.
Verse
12.
Yeah. Verse 12.
Did someone get the bottle? No? Just checking. Go ahead.
Verse 12.
It is hot, boy. It can shock a sleep too. Breathe.
If your situation takes a turn for the worse, they will turn against you, and you won't be able to find them anywhere.
Con, go ahead.
Stay away from your enemies.
Stay away from your enemies.
And be on guard against your friends.
And be on guard against your friends.
A loyal friend is like a safe shelter. Find one.
Find one. Find a loyal friend. You need that safe shelter. You can't do it alone. Too much stuff is going on in your head. And do not hang out with yes ma'ams. Do not hang out with someone that's just going to agree with you. When I have a conversation with my brothers, if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But if I'm right, we're going to ride out with that. You understand? Go ahead.
God.
Finish off 14.
Yeah, verse 14. A loyal friend is like a safe shelter. Find one, and you have found a treasure.
And you have found a treasure. But you haven't learned to prove a friend. You just keep saying they're your friends, they're your friends, they're your friends. You ain't proved them yet. He just gonna keep putting the facts up there every time I say something. Go ahead.
Verse 15. Nothing else is valuable. There is no way of putting a price on it.
Yeah, man. A loyal friend. Remember, where were we at? Oh yeah, never mind. Remember we was at the spot. And they said, what would you prefer? Loyalty or honesty? You was there, huh? Remember that question? All right. Mom had a straw that day. All right.
Vitamin C.
So the question is, what would you prefer? Loyalty or truth? I want you sisters to put loyalty or truth in the chat. What would you prefer? Loyalty or truth? Or honesty? That's what I meant. Honesty. Loyalty or honesty? Let's see what you sisters say. You serious about them chicks? Keep going. I'll wait for y'all sisters to respond. Keep reading.
16.
Verse 16. A loyal friend is like a medicine that keeps you in good health.
Mm-hmm.
Only those who fear the Lord can find such a friend.
Only those who fear the Lord can find such a friend. Y'all understand that? Maybe that's why they don't understand why they're not getting that loyal friend. Because they don't fear the Lord. They fear Esau. They swear Esau the one giving them all their breaks. Okay. She said honesty. Okay. Who else? Honesty. Listen. See, they want you to tell them the truth. Loyalty. Listen to this one. Listen. I think we only have 3 ladies on there, right? You know? Alright. Okay. I said loyalty myself. Because no matter how much you lie to me, they're Montanese.
Sorry,
I hope I didn't butcher your name.
you said it right.
I said it right? I'm a linguist. Montanese. Loyalty, right? Okay. The reason I say loyalty is, hold on, who else? Alyssa. Loyalty. Okay. Yeah, I should have never said nothing. All right, loyalty.
Amen.
Listen. Don't go following me. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Here's why I say loyalty. You can lie to me all day, but guess what you're not going to do? Be disloyal to me. You understand? Someone who's honest can funk up and still be honest about it. But I don't want you to go. Okay, scenario. A woman commits adultery. Like, I mean, yeah,
I was trying to find a better.
I was really trying to. A woman commits adultery. Hold on, let's see what this says. But that's not how that works, though, Anna. Because a woman, let's say a woman commits adultery. If she tells you, she's telling you that because she wants to be honest. She wouldn't have committed adultery if she wanted to be loyal. You understand? That's the thing, though. A sister or a brother, if they're honest, it doesn't mean that they're loyal. They're just honest about what they're doing. I want someone that's loyal to me, even if they gotta lie about what they didn't eat. Even if you gotta lie about who you were hanging with, guess what? You did not break my loyalty because you didn't do anything that was going to break my loyalty. You're just not honest about stuff. You're not forthcoming. I hope y'all can understand my perspective and why I say it. Y'all don't have to agree. Nobody has to agree with me. I just want to put that in your head so that, go ahead. But if she was honest about her intentions in the first place, you have the chance to deal with them. Listen. But if she was honest about her intentions, women are like the ocean. They're just wishy, goddamn washy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know.
Talk a good game.
Hey, listen. I just want your loyalty. Loyalty. I say loyal till I die. Ride me and I'll ride for you.
Hey, sorry, they talk a good game in the huddle, right?
That must be in that fancy chat.
Listen,
The play start.
Once
that play start,
listen, I'm enjoying this conversation.
let's see what Princess got to say.
Not if she was honest after she did what she did. Yeah, she's being honest after she did what she did. So that means there was no loyalty, just honesty. You understand? I want the loyalty. All praises. Listen, that's all. I just want to know that when I say stuff, that if you actually are paying attention to what's being stated, then it's like, you know what? Like you just said, I never looked at it this way. And it wasn't until someone brought that question out. You understand? It wasn't until that question was brought out where we all had this whole dialogue about it. It's like, I understand where anybody that says honesty will be coming from. But I look at honesty on a very small scale, right? Because it's like, you're not going to be honest about dealing with somebody else if you're loyal. Because if you're loyal, you're not going to cross that boundary. But an honest person is going to be honest before and even after.
If I may add,
Go ahead.
It's like when they cross that line too, and you know how they always, they tell the truth. They're expecting their honesty to be like
that's a getaway out of get out of jail card. Yeah, because they're being honest instead of being the loyal person you're supposed to be.
Right.
So then your integrity is not questioned.
Good word.
Because I'm not going to question your integrity because listen, you can go hang with this dude, that dude, this dude, that dude. If you're loyal, because if you're loyal, you live by a different standard, a different moral compass. But if you're honest, you could be a shit show. And just because you're honest, it's like, some women can get beat on, right? And a dude will be like, I'm sorry, love. I do this because I love you. And you'll be like, what the hell? What kind of love is that? That's like someone that's honest about the stuff that they do. And it's just like, yeah, but I want you to be loyal. I don't need your honesty. Go ahead.
So, and what's crazy is
Make sure it's loud enough so they can hear you.
it's a lot of brothers that, because it's loud because I'm right, but it's a lot of brothers that don't want to hear the truth, so women play off of that.
Of course. Because brothers don't want to be hurt, just like women don't want to be hurt. That's the reality of it. Nobody wants to be hurt. But we're coming into this walk broken. That's why you have to remember when you came into this walk. Remember we had a class and I brought out the wine and the vessel and you can't bring that old wine into this and you got to have a new bottle, new wine. You understand? That's what you have to do, right? So this whole lesson, like I said, is about the sisters, man. Let's go to Galatians. Let's go to Galatians. Yeah. Galatians 5. Yeah. Because once again, we're talking about. We're going to start at 16. We're talking about, dealing with each other. We're talking about sisters dealing with sisters. And we're not talking about worldly sisters. We're talking about sisters on this walk. As in the people in P Valley was on.
That was funny.
Trying to be out here scissoring each other.
Good Lord.
Hey, Queen. It's so hot in here, bro. Oh my gosh.
Little body brother fan.
A fan. He got a fan.
A quiet one. That part.
Sugar. Go ahead, man.
This is the book of Galatians, chapter 5 and verse 16. This I say then, walk in the Spirit.
Sisters got to learn to walk in the Spirit. Sisters got to learn to walk in the Spirit. Go ahead.
And ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
And you will not fulfill the lust of the flesh. All that bickering and backbiting and all that stuff y'all be dealing with, that's the lust of the flesh. Keep going.
For the flesh lusteth against the Spirit,
Uh-huh.
and the Spirit it's
Against the flesh.
and the Spirit against the flesh.
Keep going.
And these are contrary the one to the other,
Uh-huh.
so that ye cannot do the things that ye would.
Go ahead.
But if ye be led of the Spirit,
But if you sisters are being led by the Spirit, what?
ye are not under the law.
Why? Because you won't be judged under the law. You'd be walking upright. Keep going.
Now the works of the flesh are manifest,
Uh-huh.
which are these:
Which are what?
adultery,
Adultery,
fornication,
fornication,
uncleanness,
uncleanness,
lasciviousness,
lasciviousness,
idolatry,
idolatry,
witchcraft,
rebellion,
hatred,
hatred,
variance,
uh-huh,
emulation,
go ahead,
wrath,
uh-huh,
strife,
stirring up strife,
sedition,
uh-huh,
heresy,
heresies,
envying,
envying. Envying. If that ain't a thing in this community, read.
murders,
Murders, because guess what? That's physical, but hatred is murder too. Read.
drunkenness,
Not being able to control yourself. Read.
reviling,
Reveling.
Reveling.
Go ahead.
and such like,
And such like. Read.
of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past,
Read.
that they which do such things
Those who do these things, read.
shall not inherit the kingdom
You will
of
not
God.
inherit the kingdom of God. Keep reading.
But the fruit of the Spirit is love.
But see, this is the question. Are you all walking in the fruit of the Spirit? Now watch this. Just because I have a conversation with my rib and I argue with my rib, if I apologize, if I show her love, if I try and make right my wrongs, that's the way you move. You don't just keep in that same spirit and be about bullshit. You understand? So what are you doing then? You now have to display the fruits of the Spirit, not the fruits of the flesh. I tell brothers this. I say, did you ever think about how that woman feels coming into this truth and knowing you can have another woman? I tell my brothers that. I ask them that question. Do you know what they go through? Do you know how they feel? Do you know what's going on with them when they have to drop everything that they've done because they were dealing with you before the truth, and now you get into the truth, and now you tell them, hey, you're mine forever now. And she didn't even know she even wanted to be with you 2 weeks ago. You understand? So I tell brothers, you got to be patient with these sisters. But sisters ain't being patient with sisters. Let's get to the fruits of the Spirit.
God. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace,
Love, joy, peace. These women don't be at peace with each other. There's no love. There's no joy. It seems somewhat fake. You catch them all at Passover. Let's see how many of them talk to each other after Passover. It look cool. It's cute. But is it real? Is it genuine? Go ahead.
long suffering,
Listen, long suffering. These women ain't patient, especially not with not with their friends. Go ahead.
gentleness,
Uh huh.
goodness, faith,
meekness,
temperance.
temperance.
Against such there is no law.
Against such there is no law. Keep reading.
Verse 24. And they that are Christ have crucified the flesh with the affections and lusts.
They and those who have what? And they that are Christ, meaning what? Belonging to Christ, have done what? Have crucified the flesh, meaning what? To cut it off, to kill the flesh, with the affections and lusts. Right? Go ahead.
If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit.
If we're supposed to be living in the Spirit, let's walk in the Spirit. Go ahead.
Let us not be desirous of vainglory.
Vainglory, like you better than the next one. Go ahead.
Provoking one another.
Envying
one another.
Envying one another. Let's go. Proverbs 12 and 15. Because what's happening is the sisters are basing these things off of what seems right to them. Yeah. Go ahead.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 12 and verse 15. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes.
The way of a fool is right in his own eyes. So when she got that little attitude, when she got her little movement, she thinks she right in her own eyes. Because her feelings are hurt. Because her feelings. So she's right in her own eyes. No, that's foolish love. Go ahead. No, that was it on that verse, right?
There's more.
Go ahead.
The way of a fool is right in his own eyes. But he that hearkeneth unto counsel is wise.
But instead of her getting counsel about how she feel, she gonna stick to what she thinks she know, because that makes sense to her. See, the reason sisters can't come together is because they don't deal with only a few females talk to me at Passover. Wow, I thought it was because I was new. Nah, man, it's not that. Women don't trust women because they don't want another woman in their house. That's why I ask y'all, if y'all knew if that man was not sleeping with that woman, would things be a lot better for y'all? Would it be easy for y'all to deal with? Would it be easier? And listen, I would respect it if everyone said yeah. Because then I would be honest. I mean, why would you not want him to have her and still not be sleeping with her? She can help you.
That part.
She can help with your bills. She can help with your kids. It takes a village. Y'all forget? But we're so selfish. Self-willed. Self-entitled. You forget that it was a blessing that you got this information. And you treat it like a curse. Because you got to change. Huh?
So that's how destroyed we are.
That's how destroyed we is.
We forgot how to live like a tribe, man.
Yeah, man. Go ahead. Yeah, Kaya. And most high willing, you and Anna and Anna, all of y'all, if you're sincere about this walk, give yourself some time, and maybe y'all come together. You understand? But always remember, prove a friend. Prove a friend. Go ahead. He over here clapping.
Don't kill him.
Look at Kashak. He just looking at me. Like, nigga, you listening. That nigga live here.
He very rich.
He very rich. You
Hey, let him outside, man. Don't kill him.
Go ahead.
Oh, that was it on keep going.
No. Proverbs 21 and 2.
All them damn citronella candles, and you still got spiders jumping out the ceiling.
Man, that's because that spider ain't willing. That spider don't want to go into that little bug zapper. He said, I don't see nothing.
Yeah, it's there.
Room for a spider.
That shit's still on.
Get a
on the
napkin,
wall back.
man.
Go ahead, man. Read the verse.
God.
Niggas over there like it's a
Proverbs
jungle,
21 and verse
a
2.
jungle tarantula or something.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 21 and verse 2. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes.
Every man is right in his own eyes. Every woman is right in their own eyes. Go ahead.
But the Lord pondereth the heart.
See, but y'all are not going to escape what's to come to you if you all don't change that shit. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes. But the Lord pondereth your hearts. He knows what's on your mind. He knows what you truly think of this sister. He knows. You have to change that. I can talk to the brothers all day about the wrong that we do. But I cannot for 1 second understand why sisters do not freaking like each other. Especially when we let go of the world, we let go our families, we let go everything for the truth. All praises, Anna. You know what I'm saying? All praises. Go ahead.
God.
Because this is truly a soul-searching lesson. And this is a lesson that you got to give to the other folks. Give to your daughters, your sisters, your mothers, your aunties, your cousins. And just truly ask them, like, what's preventing us from moving forward in this walk? But guess what? Remember, who is our mother? Who is our sister? They got to be doing the will of the Father. Read.
That was it on verse 2.
Con. Let's get Judges 21 and 25. Came back, what was it, 2 hours? What? Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Judges, chapter 21 and verse 25.
Mm-hmm.
In those days, there was no king in Israel.
See, back then it says, in those days there was no king in Israel. Well, listen, we have Yahweh Shai HaMashiach now. Right? But does that matter? Because if we have Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, we have a greater blueprint. But keep reading.
Every man did that which was right in his own eyes.
But they're still living this life as if they don't have a king. So they're still doing things that are right in their own eyes. They are their own moral compass. They determine what's right or what's wrong. Instead of letting the blueprint tell us what's right and what's wrong.
Right. So,
That's it on that, right?
God.
Sirach 25 and 19.
What version?
You can read it in any version, but Sirach 25 and 19. You can read it in the whatever. Yeah.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 19. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman.
All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. It's crazy how we read these scriptures and the only person more wicked than a woman is the so-called white man. That's scary.
That's right. That's right. So he'd rather live with a
Dragon. than to draw with a contentious woman.
Got the man and the dragon hiding in the corner.
Say one of them women is like a continual drip. Drip, drip, drip.
try you crazy.
Yeah.
Read that.
Man. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her.
Con. Let me get Colossians 1 and 21. You know, it's so funny. I thought about different stories, and I said, I wonder if I can, how many stories I can find where women are just helping women in the Bible, where it's like it's such a good thing to be a woman and have sisterhood and stuff like that. And it's like, if y'all can find it, y'all share it with me. Message me, email me. Very scary, very scary, right? You got it?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Colossians, chapter 1, and verse 21. And you that were sometime alienated and enemies in your mind by wicked works.
See, in the world, y'all were alienated. Y'all come into the truth, and you're still alienated. Yeah, that sweater's hot, bro. My hand had to come off you just now.
Radiate.
Oh my gosh, dude. I feel like he's making me sweat when I touch his shoulder.
Like a radiator.
Listen,
I'm used to this. Slavery.
you dry clean that stuff?
I work at Mobile.
Listen, man, you talking too much. Read that again. You got me hot again, bro.
This is the book of Colossians, chapter 1 and verse 21. And you that were sometime alienated and enemies in your mind by wicked works.
Once again, but you that were sometime alienated and enemies in your mind by wicked works. You were living like that in the world. Now you want to bring that into the truth. Go ahead.
Yet now hath he reconciled.
He's reconciled you. You don't have to be that way no more. You don't have to live like that anymore. Let your guard down a little bit. That's why I'm in the position I'm in, because I let my guard down. But you're not going to get me where being afraid of letting your guard down, being afraid of what's to come that you don't know. This whole walk is about growing. And sometimes in growing, you have to be hurt. You have to go through hard times. How else is anybody going to listen? That's it on that?
God, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Just based off that verse, do you think that, it's a question for the women too. Do you think that the way that they should treat each other stems from them within themselves, like not thinking that they will be a good enough friend? Like they can't trust themselves. That's why they don't deal with other sisters.
Nah. Somebody hurt them.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. Somebody hurt them.
It's a wall.
Yeah. It's a barrier. It's about protecting oneself. That's why I say you got to let your guard down. You got to become vulnerable in this walk. But we've already established you have to prove a friend first.
Right.
Nobody's saying let everybody in your house.
Hey, sorry, that go back to your question, loyalty or honesty, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because when I was in the world,
PTSD.
yeah, PTSD, flashback. When I was in the world, I dealt with. Look, I dealt with. I dealt with sisters that tell you honestly, I got walls up.
Of course.
And I'd be like, all right, well, let me get the sledgehammer. But then at some point, in the world, brother would get tired of swinging the sledgehammer.
Roblox.
Look, as soon as I sludge a couple of them out there, it's more bricks.
Yeah.
But the difference now is, we learn how to be patient with that, and then even prove a friend beforehand. Because what's the deal with the walls, though? Where does that come from?
Listen, I can't wait till I can find a woman with no walls. You know what I'm saying? That's gotta break down these barriers, man.
That part.
Right? We done with that one?
Right there.
God. On to the next.
Princess Anna said it's from the world.
It's from the world.
I never even seen him in the comments. I said, wait, what?
1 Kings 3. We're going to start at verse 15. First Kings chapter 3. And we're going to start at verse 15. Bro. Sugar.
This nigga Taya.
Come on, bro.
All the men with dirty minds.
Wait.
So who's starting the fight?
Go in the chat. Can you, delete his comment. Niggas is go for you.
He's in this up.
I think you gotta do it
Huh?
Verse 16.
You said I gotta do it?
on YouTube.
Start at 15.
God. This is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 3, and verse 15. And Solomon awoke, and behold, it was a dream. And he came to Jerusalem, and stood before the ark of the covenant of the Lord, and offered up burnt offerings, and offered peace offerings, and made a feast. And made a feast to all his servants. Verse 16. Then came there 2 women that were harlots unto the king, and stood before him. And the one woman said, O my lord, I and this woman dwell in one house, and I was delivered of a child with her in the house. And it came to pass, the 3rd day after that I was delivered, that this woman was delivered also.
And
Hold
on. Start at 16 again.
God. Then came there 2 women that were harlots unto the king, and stood before him.
King Solomon, go ahead.
And the one woman said, O my lord, I and this woman dwell in one house.
Dwell in one house. We live together. Go ahead.
And I was delivered of a child with her in the house. And it came to pass, the 3rd day after that I was delivered, that this woman was delivered also. And we were together.
It's just me and her in this house. And we had our children. Go ahead.
There was no stranger with us in the house.
There was nobody else in this house. Go ahead.
Save we 2 in the house. And this woman's child died in the night, because she overlaid it.
Because she laid over the baby. That's why they say be careful when you're sleeping next to your child. Because you might roll over on top of your baby and suffocate your child. That's what she did. Go ahead.
Verse 20. And she arose at midnight, and took my son from beside me, while thine handmaid slept, and laid it in her bosom, and laid her dead child in my bosom. And when I rose in the morning,
listen, she took her child and put it under her bosom, and put her dead child into her bosom. Go ahead.
God. And when I rose in the morning to give my child suck, behold, it was dead. But when I had considered it in the morning, behold, it was not my son.
But I know this ain't my child. Go ahead.
Which I did bear.
And
the other woman said, Nay, but the living is my son.
But that woman said, that baby is mine. Go ahead.
And the dead is thy son. And this said, No, but the dead is thy son, and the living is my son. Thus they spake before the king.
Now, this whole thing is about wisdom. Go ahead.
Then said the king, the one saith, This is my son that liveth, and thy son is the dead. And the other saith, Nay, but thy son is the dead, and my son is the living.
So King Solomon said, so one person say the son that's dead belongs to the other woman, and the other one says, the son that's alive belongs to me. That's my child. Go ahead.
God. Verse 24.
But this is how sisters were dealing with each other. This is how it's so easy to just be all about yourself. Go ahead. That's why they say a self-willed woman is counted as a dog. Go ahead.
God. Verse 24. And the king said, bring me a sword.
Bring me a sword. Read.
And they brought a sword before the king.
Mm-hmm.
And the king said, divide the living child in two.
Go ahead.
And give half to the other one. It's like it. And give half to the one and half to the other.
Go ahead.
Then spake the woman, whose the living child was unto the king, for her bowels yearned upon her son. And she said, O my lord, give her the living child, and in no wise slay it.
But she says, listen, don't cut the baby in half. Give the child to her so that the baby could at least live. You know what I'm saying? Forget me. It ain't about me. That's the same thing Leah and Rebecca was dealing with. Rachel, Slakia. Leah and Rachel was dealing with. Having to give your handmaids are you going to drop some wisdom and knowledge into Sakari variety?
I think that might.
Varsity.
Varsity?
Vegan spot.
Oh, deacon stuff? Probably not. Deacon don't invite me nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, keep reading that. Listen, let the real mother stand up. Go ahead. Yeah, bring me a sword.
God.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we start 26 again. Then spake the woman, whose the living child was unto the king, for her bowels yearned upon her son. And she said, O my lord, give her the living child,
Mm-hmm.
and in no wise slay it.
Uh-huh.
But the other said, let it be neither mine nor thine, but divided.
Uh-huh. But the other one said, what? Don't let it be mine or hers. Just kill the baby.
If I can't have
It just makes sense, right?
No, not if I can't have it.
If I can't have it, no
She just
one
told
can.
her. She just told the king, let her keep the baby.
Right.
But the woman who lost her son, she don't even care about the baby she's trying to keep.
Right.
Because it ain't her baby.
It ain't funny, but
Listen, my baby's dead. To hell with this baby too.
Right.
That's crazy.
But that's how women be sometimes.
Bruh.
illogical.
Burn the house down.
Emotional.
Destroy everything around them.
Call the cops on the nigga that supports
But that's why women have a wall up when dealing with sisters. Because they were hurt somewhere. You know? Go ahead, keep reading.
God. Verse 27. Then the king answered and said, give her the living child, and in no wise slay it.
he say it? Go ahead.
She is the mother thereof.
She is the mother thereof. Why? Because she was willing to give up her child so that her child can live. She was willing to give up her child so her child can live. Go ahead.
Verse 28. And all Israel heard of the judgment which the king had judged, and they feared the king, for they saw that the wisdom of God was in him to do judgment.
Man, we got to do better. Us brothers, we got to do better. You sisters, y'all got to do better. This is for the rest of y'all lives. The rest of y'all lives. I'm 38 years old. I came into this truth at 32, I think. We only have the rest of our lives to keep doing this. So learn it. You talking about 32 years of being a certain type of way. 32 years of living how they taught me. Now we find something different, and we have the opportunity to do better and do different. Why not do it? Why not change? Why not do better? Why not love your people? You claim to love the Most High, but you hate your sister who's in front of you. All right. That was my lesson for the evening. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Children's Bible song. That's children's Bible. Shut up. Kids. Little kids.
Is my face on camera just now?
Yeah.
Listen,
Don't worry, he gonna edit the happy face.
we enjoy having y'all with us. You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful that the Most High allowed me to teach tonight. You know what I'm saying? Dakar, if you got questions, go for it. Why is his name Dakar?
So with the S at the end,
You still got answer.
LBSF.
It should say BS. All praises, Tam Yum. All praises. You know? Yeah, if any sisters have any questions, by all means, please just ask away. You know, ask away. You know what I'm saying?
the car got questions for the sisterhood. I served and I get all the benefits. There's crap.
There's Travis. Hey! Anybody got any questions? Nobody. Well, I mean, you know, another classic welcoming of the Couch Captivity created.
Oh, whoever this sister Zamra is, she always taking shots at the brothers. So she said, now, it's our fault. She ain't wrong.
No, post the question. This guy. Do you think a part of the lack of sisterhood can be the lack of structure? No. Here's the thing, right? What structure
That'd be the question.
what structure would be the determining factor for why y'all can't get along?
Hey, Sarge, you mean the structure when it was just you out there in 100 degrees and me and Kwadak and Apia
Listen,
prospecting?
no, the structure where
You know what I mean?
Listen.
There's no excuse.
The blueprint is already set.
Yeah.
You know. I think sisters have yet to let go of what they would call their power. That's it. Yeah. Like, I think you all are afraid to lose, fail. Let me tell you something. Like I tell my rib. Listen, I tell my rib, I'm never going to leave you. Unless you do something that I can leave you for, and I want to leave you, I couldn't wait to leave you, I'm not really going to leave you. And I say that to give my woman assurance to know that you don't have to worry about what you do wrong or what you don't accomplish, or I'm really in this for sickness and health. You know, rich or poor, like bullshit ass fucking slacker. You know what I'm saying? The end of it, some females come into the truth and still listen to females that's not in the truth for God. Listen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because they know that's where they get the answers they want. And then, because they do that, then they feed that to another sister that comes to them. Listen, I pay attention. I'm very observant. I see that. The water, princess. The water. You know what I'm saying? The water for all you sisters that joined in and politic with us and added onto our platform. You know, it was very pleasing. You didn't join us by vision, but it's all good. Anybody got anything else they wanted to say? I just need to go drink some liquor.
One thing I'll add real quick. When
Make
you
sure
were
you're
saying,
loud enough.
when you were saying earlier about Sonic Boom, when you were saying earlier about the loyalty or the honesty, it's funny how colloquially America will come up with the term "make an honest living" or an honest day's wage, which is honorable, not so much honest, right? So when you ask people, do they want honesty? They're thinking honorable is honesty, but it's literally not the same definition.
Mm-hmm.
Honesty is just telling the truth. Yeah, I went and did XYZ.
Yeah.
Right.
Rather than I didn't do XYZ because of my loyalty. So
Yeah.
it gets crossed up.
Listen.
That's why.
Listen.
That boy good.
That was smart. Yeah. Females don't like to lose total control because of bad relationships. Of course. Which is why when you come into this truth, when you come into being a new creature in Christ, you have to let go of all that stuff. Like I was telling y'all earlier about the wine and the wine bottles. Your brain is the bottle. The information you put in it is the wine. So you can't bring that old wine and you can't have an old bottle. So you have to get a new bottle because you're a new creature now, and you got to put in your bottle. And you got to put in a new wine.
Right.
Now we're selling our best-selling author because we are trying to make sure that we get funds, and we just want to make sure that you all continue to follow and share and like and subscribe. All right, so we're selling Bibles. Yeah, that's my time. Always a pleasure. Y'all see the Cash App at the bottom. You know, if it was worth sharing, please share it with your peoples. All right. It's always love. Always got love for you. Hey, listen, I always got love for y'all too, man. You know what I'm saying? It's always love here. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure my woman is listening and reading, and she's like, ooh, somebody else got love beside the bazaar. And you're like, yeah, you know, I hate it if you was the only woman that loves Sergeant Bazaar. You know what I'm saying? You know, I need love.
All right, LL.
We're not alone on my couch. And I'll be teaching
The card, send it to me. You Negroes just did not get it.
I think you
And then just give $1.25 to YouTube.
Listen, you know, and with that, we want to give Call Halal Yahweh by Shimon Mashiach Yahushai and Shalom Mashbakar.
Shalom. Hashtag we found them.
Hashtag